the franchise tag deadline, which is not just about running backs, but it really is this year just about running backs. It has come and gone. If you did not follow along, maybe not, the deadline for franchised players had to agree to a long-term contract. The past did Saquon Barkley of the Giants, Josh Jacobs of the Raiders, and the Cowboys, Tony Pollard, get new contracts? No. How about strike one? Yeah, no. Well, they got money. I mean, let's be real here. $10 million is nothing to sneeze at, but it's not what they were hoping for. The three backs were the only players, the only ones who received the franchise tag but did not get a long-term contract. They had until 4 p.m. Eastern time on Monday to get that done, and that has obviously come and gone. This is our Tuesday show. So what happens now? These guys are going to have to slum it. I don't know how they're going to make ends meet. They will play this season, if they choose to, for the $10.1, we're rounding up, $10.1 million that they all were given in the franchise tag pool. Tony Pollard already signed his contract. Barkley and Jacobs, however, are unsigned, which means they'll go on a nice tropical vacation during training camp, and maybe they'll show up for the start of the regular season. So let us discuss the question: how is the lack of running back deals for Barkley, Jacobs, and Pollard reverberating around the NFL? So I've got necklaces, rings, earrings, and bracelets, rotten bananas, and big bad wolf. And we will combine all of these together, and we will make sense of the nonsensical, is what we are going to do. So, I have witnessed, when I woke up and then throughout the day, I witnessed a bunch of pearl clutching. Running back advocates up in arms, running backs, old school, new school, making a big hullabaloo. What are you doing? This is terrible. We need a war tribunal. What is going on here? It's not fair. No. There was like a primal scream around 4 o'clock Eastern time, and let the hyperventilating commence. The flag is up, and we are off to the races. And it's, again, not fair, and we did get a kick out of the necklaces, rings, the earrings, and the bracelets, the epitome of pearl clutching. Listen, if you're going to clutch pearls, you might as well make some necklaces, some rings, some earrings, and some nice bracelets out of it. And we certainly hope that Barkley, Jacobs, and Pollard can afford some ramen noodles and some canned foods. Personally, I do not like canned beans. I would recommend other canned foods, Chef Boyardee products. Pretty much our friend Marcel in Brooklyn, his diet would be the way to go. $10.1 million is a real slap in the face. That is what the running back community is telling us. That it's not fair, and everyone else is going up, and there's kickers that are going to make more money than us and all this stuff. And how do you expect to pay the gas bill and the electric bill with that kind of salary? It really is a peasant salary when you think about it. Now, page 2. So Saquon Barkley posted on social media minutes before the deadline, and he was writing, it became obvious, he was writing about what's going on, and he said that it is what it is. Now, if you've been with the show a long time, you know when this became a thing that was repeated over and over and over, which probably goes back 15 years or so. This became like the Invogue Statement. And what we did on the old show, we had a clip of all these different random people in sports answering questions by saying it is what it is. And that we just had fun with that. We played like a musical vignette, and we had it is what it is. So Saquon Barkley went with it is what it is as his response. Tag unsigned, Barkley skipping the entire offseason period. He has threatened to sit out through training camp, some trying to pretend like he will actually miss a regular season game, the opener for the Giants. Big TV game against the Dallas Cowboys. So what does Saquon Barkley mean when he says it is what it is on the Giants?
It is what it is.
Yeah, see right there, that's an example. That wasn't him, but sounds the same. So what?
It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that was Eli Manning. That was not Eli Manning? Oh. We had Eli. We had Bill Belichick. We had Eli Manning. We had like 7 or 8 others.
See Andy Reid in here.
We have Andy Reid. Let's hear Andy Reid. Good old Andy. Big Red.
No, it is what it is, That's what it is.
Thank you. Oh, it is what it is. That's what it is. It is. Clearly. So it is what it is I've said this years ago. It was very offensive. When I was a kid and, I was dating and women hated me. And,
racist.
And rightfully so. They should hate me. And I would sometimes I'd ask a young lady out for another date, and she'd say, whatever. That was
loser.
I think it is what it is like the male equivalent of whatever. But some are saying it means acceptance, that Barkley's just going to deal with it, and it's frustrating, but you can't change the situation, so you just have to accept it. And there is a philosophy to that. It's not the worst thing in the world. There are worse problems to have than being a running back in the NFL. And when you are given rotten bananas, which is what the NFL's apparently done, based on everything I've read, the NFL's given these running backs rotten bananas, then you make some delicious banana bread. Just put a lot of sugar on there, and then boom. But Saquon Barkley knows he can supplement his income more so than those other guys. Well, Tony Pollard can make a lot of money too, but Barkley in New York, the giant running back, always gets the love for Madison Avenue, and that is the advertising mecca of the United States and in many respects the world. So that is where you can make up some of the difference on that. And it's estimated he makes about $5 million a year, Barkley, so I think he'll be okay. Now, meanwhile, we had Chargers running back Austin Eckler enter the chat. He was upset. He wants answers. He's a running back, and he wants answers, Austin Eckler. You see what he said? He said, from a player's aspect, we have no control. He said this in a recent interview. I have no control, so really who we want answers from is ownership. Like, why are you doing this? What's the reason? Okay. Chances that an NFL owner gives an answer to Austin Eckler and other running backs. How about, what is lower than zero? Do we have anything lower than zero? I don't think we can go lower than zero. How about just zero? All right, now the last word here. We've got Titans running back Derrick Henry, who got on the bully pulpit and was throwing haymakers. He was triggered. He needed his blankie, and a nice glass of warm milk is what he needed. Why? He was triggered into responding to somebody who covers the NFL draft named Matt Miller. And Miller, trivia.
Never heard of him.
I don't know. I really do not know who that is, by the way. I'm not kidding. I have no idea who that is. But for some reason, Derrick Henry responded to this guy, and Miller was mocking, kind of goofing on the running back position, and gave a template on how teams should handle it. To that, Mr. Henry raged. He said, at this point, just take the running back position out of the game then. The ones that want to be great and work as hard as they can to give their all to an organization just seems like it don't even matter. I'm with every running back that's fighting to get what they deserve. Yeah. But I'm the same way with every gas bag. Okay, I want every blowhard, every gas bag that has a mediocre take to get rich. So I stand with my other gas bags and blowhards. Actually, I'm sitting. But I sit with my other gas bags and blowhards. I do. But as far as what Henry had to say, Henry is saying the NFL should just take the running back position out of the game. Is that in bounds or is that out of bounds? So this is out of bounds, but it's great. It's great. It's wonderful. The personification, the textbook definition of a visceral reaction. And you are empowering some hack named Matt Miller, who's even got a generic name. Why isn't he named John Doe? Matt Miller's the guy's name. And as we said, we don't even know who that is. But then you've got Henry empowering this nobody and playing the role of the big bad wolf in this story. I learned that when I was a kid. Huffing and puffing and blowing the whole house down. Is it really Armageddon for running backs? Of course not. And I'm a believer that everything is cyclical. Everything goes in cycles. But if you've got a problem, you need an answer. So I have activated for Austin Eckler, for Saquon Barkley, and Jacobs and Pollard and all these other running backs, I have activated the Maller think tank. All right, here's what we need. Okay, you have to brainwash one team. It starts with one front office, one woebegone front office in the NFL. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to tell you the whole situation, okay? You got to get one NFL team on board with this devious plan. Just listen to I'm going to make my elevator pitch right now. This is going to fix the running back market, okay? So here's what happens. You convince one NFL team to color outside the lines and say, these quarterbacks are making too much money. They really are, right? There's like maybe five really great quarterbacks, and everyone else there's a lot of mediocre quarterbacks, but you're paying them too much money. So we're going to find a weakness in the market. Most of this is just finding a weakness in the market. So here's my strategy. I'm going to make my elevator pitch right now, and I'm never wrong about this stuff. Okay, listen closely. So you have to convince an NFL executive, a front office, to reshuffle the deck, to leave the orthodoxy of the modern NFL and go with a generic brand quarterback. Try not to get a great quarterback. Now, you don't want a terrible quarterback. You want someone in the middle of the bell curve. Someone who didn't suck, but isn't great.
He's trash.
Someone in the middle there. So you save money right there. You save a lot of money because you get a game manager. You run a rudimentary offense, but then you take out one of those Costco-sized things of mayonnaise, and you spread the mayo. You spread the money all over, and you get not one, not two, how about three total stud running backs, and you rotate them. You rotate them through the game. But you've got depth. One of them get hurt. You got two other ones. And you spread the money around. So you get three bell cow backs. You get stud receivers and a tight end and an offensive line. You spread that money around and just see if it works. What do you have to lose? Seriously. People will mock you at NFL meetings. Whoop-de-damn do.